Speaking of comeback stories, joining us, Alan Nuckman, Chief Market Strategist at BullseyeOption.com, kind of specializes in comeback stories, picking unloved and forgotten trades. Alan, good morning.
Good morning. I thought you were saying I'm making a comeback. I've been doing this for 35 years.
You've been bullish. You've been good. You've been giving you credit.
There's no comeback in me. But, yeah, speaking of comeback.
I'm sure if you were ever down, though, you would come back.
Yes. Yeah. You have to. You're going to get knocked out. You're going to get knocked down someday. You have to stand back up. That's the key. But I like, Zoom, Teladoc, and even Peloton are three stocks that fit right into that idea there, right there. Your theme. Long forgotten, beaten down. Eventually, people find value in them at some point, and they've all had this bullish divergence bottom where they made a new low but not new highs in implied volatility. That was a sign that the sentiment had shifted, and they've all made nice little comebacks in that same mentality of the COVID disappointment. But let's remember, people made money on it. People made money on Zoom back in the day for sure.
Okay, definitely, and they have on Snap if they've traded volatility, but your outside earnings now for Snap. We had the earnings a couple weeks ago. Rallied, came off. You think this is an entry point. Tell me why.
Yeah, it's a re-entry point. Now, I loved it ahead of earnings because it had what I look for. It had the money flow accumulation on the long side, but I didn't want to step up in front of the earnings in case, because it's such a binary event-driven type price movement. So we've waited and it rallied. Now it's come back to its breakout, given a second chance. It's important here that $10 level is important because it had been trading between 8 and 10 for a time, bounced to 12, came back to that 10 breakout. So technically we've got a great setup. This is a stock that's 35% off last December's top versus the NASDAQ, which is up nearly 35%. So it's got a lot of positives, but it's got my money flow, and it has that bullish divergence bottom with that low, but not new highs in implied volatility.
Yeah, okay. So that you've mentioned before. I know you like that. Because when I think about divergences, I look at momentum. When you look at divergences, you're looking at vol.
Right, because I'm looking at the emotion, the inner emotion of what's happening with the stock. And it's just simple for me to digest in the fact that when something makes a new low, you would think the fear would accelerate. When it doesn't, that tells me that the shorts are running out of strength, and you could see some short covering because there's a lot of built up profits. And that's what you just illustrated in Zoom. You had a lot of built up profits on those shorts. Eventually, those people have to cover those positions, and it feeds itself to the top, and then maybe new buyers explore. So the way I'm looking to play this is with a March option, a March 10 call. Again, this stock's been between 8 and 12 for 4 months. Break out of the range, target 16. There's a gap at 14 up above. And the March 10 call is 275 in the money with the stock right now. I'm sorry, 175 in the money, trading at 275 with the stock at 1175. So a lot of positives here. If we get back to that 16 level, the option gains more than 100%. Like we've done here recently many times in some of these stocks that, again, I was just trading the charts, not what I thought. We did that in GME and C3AI last week. Boom. That was a big one. Obviously, you know me. I'm not a AI guy. I'm not a tech guy. I don't know any of that stuff.
I thought you just were AI, Alan. How else do you go? I thought that was your trick. That was your dirty secret.
Right. You can't spell AI without A-L, which is Al. So, okay, I get you. So when you look at it.
Nice. Got that little line down there, though. It's big. All right. So you're buying the $10 strike. Yep. Looking for it to ramp up. 12.50, start to sit real happy, but as long as it doesn't pull back.
And 10 is that super support base. That low is 8, so it gives you a right to buy it on discount. Now, in the macro picture, I cannot not mention it. A double negative, but we had a void of that key reversal that we had just 2 weeks ago on a weekly basis in the S&P, where it made new highs and had a lower close. That has been voided with last week's action, and now it looks like we're going to make a new high. And also, you're getting a test and reject on the upside of the VIX, the TNX with 10-year note yield, and the dollar. That they all made a big push last week, and now they've failed. So that's very, very positive for the macro market to continue to momentum move.
Yeah, okay. Seems like a solid approach on a stock that has been warming back up again. Hey, Alan, give me a thought real quick. VIX 14.7. S&P so close. Looks like we're going for a fresh one today.
Well, yeah, it looks like we're trying to get that new high in the S&P. That's sure. We talked 6,300 a long, long time ago, and I know I've been blown away by Morgan Stanley came up with 7,300, and someone else came up with 7,500. So, I'll have to reevaluate. But it's hard to come up with technical objectives on the upside when there's nothing there.
Yeah,
there's nothing above.
True.
There's nothing above.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. That almost sounds like religious in a way, but yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Enjoy your holiday, my friend. Enjoy your holiday.
Likewise. I appreciate.
All right.
I love the winter vibes, the cozy. You got a fireplace running back there?
Oh yeah, fireplace. Got the dog sleeping over here. I
yeah,
gotta
that's
go
a great
get my
shot.
groceries. I got things to do. I got to get my groceries. I can't watch these markets all day long.
Right.
I got to cook for
That's why
people.
That's why you buy the end of money calls. Sit, relax. And,
Exactly.
all right. Appreciate it. Thanks, Alan Lippman.
Lifestyle options. That's what we trade here.
All right. What's a nice lifestyle? I like the winter in the
It
background.
fits my lifestyle.
All right, go to a J. Crew, okay? Get some new stuff there. All right? Thanks, Alan. Appreciate it. Chief Market Strategist, bullseyeoption.com. By the way, new market overtime coming this week. A real special conversation.